Welcome back to No Free Drinks. You're here at Wesley. I've been listening to Kaya, so I gotta get freaky on y'all. Sorry about that.
Ew.
My neck. My bad.
All right.
Hey, you don't have one of those.
He does have a neck and a back, actually.
Yeah, I'm
But
sorry.
you don't got a pussy, though.
No, but I got
You didn't
lick
get to
my
that
balls
part.
and my
So
crack.
you're also joined by
Lena
And
D,
my guests are
your guest.
Guess my bad.
your co-host.
My co-host.
Since when did we get downgraded to guests only?
Damn.
And
What
my-
are you on right now?
Well,
All right, it's Maddie. I'm here. Like,
And this is Lena D again because apparently Wesley thinks that he has a solo podcast.
yeah, it's all about me.
all right.
So we are going to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart.
Oh, jeez.
Lord.
Not really. This shit ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't this ratchet at all. It is basically don't shit where you eat. I'm talking about hooking up in the workplace. I don't know, man. I'm not a hater. I'm not hating on office relationships. I'm just not trying to fuck up my money, my revenue stream. That's just not going to happen. Just can't do it.
Don't fuck up my paper, my guap, my cheddar.
My cheddar. Don't fuck that up. But this is going to be story time. I haven't had story time with Wesley in a long time.
Gather around, children.
Gather around, children.
Actually, the children may want to like.
I have
so
a,
for real,
the children don't need to hear this.
Again.
Gather around, ladies and gentlemen. I have a story to tell.
Make
And
sure your
it's-
children are tucked away somewhere at
Hide
school.
your kids.
And it's not only ratchet, it's also juicy as fuck too. So it's kind of like both.
I also have never heard this story, so this is going to be live commentary for Maddie.
So I'm gonna start off by saying this. We're gonna call this person Tracy. Tracy's a very unisex name, but this is a guy, so we're gonna call him Tracy.
So then why do we need a unisex name?
I don't know. We gotta give him a unisex name. We gotta call him Matt. And people get all like crazy because we use gender norm names and shit like that. We're gonna call him Tracy. Fuck it, right? Anyway, so Tracy it is.
So you're trying to say if I have a daughter, I can't name her Matt? That's rude.
Actually, in Star Trek, there's a character named Michael Burnham, and Michael
It's a
Burnham's a
woman.
female.
Yep.
It's awesome. It's a great show.
So,
Anyway,
exactly. There's no gender. I'm just saying. I'm just had to fuck with you. Go ahead.
I don't know.
None
I
of
don't know
this
where you're
matters.
going with this,
None
man.
of this matters.
Just
It's like
tell a
hot
story.
twins. It's like we Keith and Kevin, and she acting like Kevin right now. Anyway,
Ooh, you're rude.
So I'm gonna start off by saying this, right? This guy refuses to get tested. So as of right now,
Dumbass.
as I'm saying,
I mean, that is a very like perilous beginning to a story.
yes, this guy refuses to get
Either way, he's a
tested.
dumbass.
And you'll understand why I started off by saying that, because you'll understand the levels to this shit. So he's in his mid-20s. I'm not trying to say that like if when we were in our 20s we did crazy shit, but
No,
at least
we
I
were
knew
at
to get
20s, we
tested.
got tested
Yeah,
regularly.
basically.
No, I mean like you learned that shit in college real quick. You
Not even in
used to be
college.
go
You
getting
learn that shit in
tested.
high school when people show you crazy ass pictures of
I was
what.
learning that shit before I was having sex.
Man.
Like,
Look,
No, but I think I don't think anyone takes it seriously in high school. Like you really start taking it seriously in college. Because in high
because
school,
you hoeing it up in college. You right?
exactly. Like in high school, you maybe had your sweetheart that you didn't fuck for a long time, and like you were like, okay, this is my boo. You kind
And
of
then
go
in college, you
away.
was like, I'm a thought.
You go to college and you're
Thought
like,
it up.
why the fuck do I need this boo for?
Thought City.
Thought City. Thought City. So he's
So,
mid-20s. Now this is where all this shit twists around. So he's hooking up with all the Tinderellas out there. So I call the ladies that are on Tinder Tinderellas, because that's my little nickname for them. He's out there slaying. I can't say slaying because that's just like horrible. He's having sex
Mhm.
with a lot of women out here with no condom. Think about that.
So he just raw dogging it.
Raw dogging these Tinder chicks with no condom.
That is insane. Like that's just
From
crazy.
both perspectives. Like,
Both of them.
as a woman that just
Why?
met some random dude on Tinder, and I'm gonna just let you just show up with no kind of, sir, I need you to wrap that up.
Look, ladies. Here's
I
the
don't know
thing.
where
It's
you've
not
been.
even just about pregnancy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Here's
care if you're on birth control, but
here's the
ooh,
thing,
I'm mad.
right? Just
I'm already
cause you don't see a guy leaking sweet and sour sauce all over his shit
Oh
doesn't
no,
mean
you brought
that
back that reference.
Disgusting.
That's
Gross. That
Just
was the
'cause.
worst visual.
He's done
Like,
this before, and
you
we
know how
banned
I
it.
said I was hungry earlier? I am no longer hungry. Like,
Just
my
'cause-
hunger has
just because
passed.
you don't see like radioactive slime leaking out his stuff doesn't mean that he ain't got shit. So the eyeball test is like worth nothing.
But here's the thing, though. Going back to that whole, like, as a woman, how can you do that? And as a dude, how can you do that? But to re-emphasize that question, as the man, right, in this exchange, if you're having sex with a woman that's just letting you go in without a condom,
Bro.
and then
From both perspectives.
and
it's
then,
crazy.
but then, so the dude is like, okay, I know that I'm fucking all these women without a condom, and this other girl let me fuck her without a condom. Like, don't you start getting suspicious of all these women
Another
that
one
let
bites
you
the
go
dust.
and
Oh,
fuck
most
them?
definitely.
Another one
100%.
bites the
150%.
That's crazy.
When a woman's like, oh, we don't have to use a condom, I'm like,
That's when you pack up your stuff and you go. Remember how we were talking
can't do
about,
that.
like, there are times that it's okay to just say, I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm.
That is definitely one of those times where you say, I am no longer interested
Mm-hmm.
in letting you enter my vagina or sticking my penis into your vagina
Basically.
or sticking my penis into wherever it is I was trying to stick it into. Just don't do it. That's
That's crazy. So because
he
doesn't,
got everything.
Yeah.
You know he has everything.
I don't
His
know.
chlamydia got chlamydia. Like,
Jesus. So, basically, because he doesn't know his status, like where I work at, there is a zero tolerance policy on workplace romances.
it's most places.
Yeah, like zero tolerance. So a point where, when I first initially got hired, 3 months after I had gotten hired, 4 people got let go. Yeah. So it was
Were
that
they all
bad.
fucking each other?
I don't know exactly. I know, but I'd rather not say. Let's just put it that way.
He's like, I will protect their identities, but this other motherfucker.
Yeah.
But Tracy, though, I'm gonna blow his whole shit
I'm
up.
blowing his whole shit up because his shit did get blown up.
It did. It already did. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Again, his chlamydia has chlamydia,
So,
and that chlamydia has herpes.
not to mention that
Oh.
apparently he's hooked up with a bunch of other women at work. One which was pregnant, one who's about to get married, and one of them is squatting at his place. A lot to unpack here, and he has a
Negro.
girlfriend
What?
Negro.
that's in college, and she's coming back next month. No,
Poor girl.
Does
She's
he
coming back
listen
this
to
month.
because he's about to be like, "Yo, you just told my whole business."
oh no, like I'm made sure he was a fake name and everything. He doesn't know how to podcast. The fuck?
All right, just making sure. Just checking.
I mean, like,
Well, I don't think Wesley's supposed to know the story.
no, I'm not supposed to know.
So.
No,
Oh,
actually,
that's right. Again,
yeah.
I don't know this, so
Yeah,
tell me.
Wesley's not
I'ma
supposed
just-
to know the story. So,
But he's messy.
so like, so this is basically getting down to like, is office hookups even a good idea to start with?
I know what I'm saying. So I know what I'm saying is like the extreme, but me personally, how I feel about it is this. I did talk to him because he knows that I actually talked to him in a roundabout way. I was just like, because he mentioned the chick that was squatting, I was just like, how many other people have you hooked up with at work? And then he told me the rest of them. And I was just like, one of them, like, I'm just like, you lost all your cool points from me. So
Oh wait, so he does know that you know.
now he does, yes.
Oh,
Because I like went about it in a roundabout way
after you found out.
after I found out.
Oh, so you've been trying to.
So I
play
told him, I was just like, look, I know.
Nancy Clark over here.
Yeah. I was like, I know you're not going to listen to me.
Nancy Drew. Which one's the detective lady?
Nancy Drew.
Nancy
Drew.
Drew. Yeah.
So I know you're not going to listen to me at all because I'm the old man or whatever. But your other coworkers have been telling you the same thing I'm telling you. You can get fired for this shit, bro. Not only that, if you gave something to somebody, they're going to light your whole life up, bro.
Has he not paid attention to what happened with Usher?
No, of course not.
Like-
Because he had like the tartar saucing on his shit. He decided that was a cool idea. What gets me about that story, allegedly, because now it's alleged. I don't know what something happened between in that story. We got to say allegedly. So allegedly, the woman looked at it. He was like, "Oh, I'm feeling a little sick." I'm just like, bruh.
You don't
I gotta
get
say,
sick
it
in
when
your
I
penis.
feel a little
You
sick,
don't get sick in your dick. Like,
no.
now
When I'm
not
saying,
get
like, what I'm
sick.
saying, like, when I feel a little sick, I don't have discharge coming out my dick, man.
You don't
Like,
need, the
that just-
Mucinex does not work on the penis.
No, it just doesn't. That just doesn't happen, bro. So
I'm feeling a little sick. You don't get your.
And then she actually
She still had sex with him.
Allegedly, she
Allegedly.
like took the bait and was like, "Oh, okay."
and she still has sex with him.
Do we need to do a series where we just post pictures of what diseased body parts look like?
I think one day we might have to. Just
I
to
think we
show
might have
people.
to
I'm about to lose all my followers on it. They're all about to be like, this is too much.
I think we need to do some sort of like creative like recheck as an adult what STIs mean. Like they are real.
And how you get them, how they're transmitted.
And it's just like, I don't know, is it some sort of like adrenaline rush to just like fuck all these people without protection? I guess I've never understood that.
You know, without going into any of his business, when you're used to a certain type of interaction, it's hard to train your mind into a different way of thinking. And you can let your minds go everywhere that may. I won't say anymore. Just put it that way.
So basically, you're just saying that if a dude has had a lot of unprotected sex, instead of learning from the fact that that could be risky, they just
He's
want to
just
have
gonna
more
continue.
unprotected sex?
Basically, yeah. That's look, y'all looking at me all crazy and stuff, but I don't know, man. Like, he's been doing this for a while, and the withdrawal method doesn't really work like that. But
Again,
I mean,
it's not even about the pregnancy.
pregnancy.
pregnancy. I know it's about like him having, mayonnaise dripping out his shit.
His penis is going to fall off. That's what you need to tell him. Your
gonna
dick is
rot.
going to fall off. You're going to wake up one morning. It's going to be laying fucking next to you.
It's gonna be
because the shit
green.
Fell off, and it was just like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of you being nasty, and I'm over it. Like, that's what's gonna happen.
I'm over this shit.
This is how I'm gonna teach my kids about sex.
I'm just gonna show him pictures on the internet. Yo, you could have cauliflower growing off your shit too. So
That shit is not pretty.
that's not pretty.
No,
None of that. None of these diseases
it.
look pretty at
just
all.
the idea of something oozing out of you,
Yeah.
should be enough to be like, nope.
For
I'm
real,
gonna wrap
man.
this up.
When you have French
Talking
dressing
about
dripping out your
you don't
shit,
feel it
you got
because
problems.
it's wrapped up and it's not like the sensitivity is gone. Ultra thin. There's options. There's ways around that shit.
Look,
Granted, I don't have a penis, so I don't know if that ultra thin stuff really works.
The
But
ultra thin stuff works though. It does. It's very effective.
The thing is, though,
He's like, it's very effective.
it's like at some point you have to be. Don't you care about yourself? Like,
Yeah, for real, man.
I mean, don't you want to keep fucking if you're really into fucking that much? Don't
Look,
you want
man,
to keep
I'm
doing
not
it?
trying to have McDonald's fucking
Stop
secret
using
sauce
food.
Yo.
out of my shit.
You
Okay.
need to stop using food.
So
Okay,
before
my
we
bad.
started recording, guys, I said, y'all, I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten all day.
and then he
And
starts
this
talking
one
about this
goes
shit.
through every possible quick meal I could possibly
Yo,
get.
when you have
to make me
balsamic
decide,
vinaigrette
you know
coming
what?
out your shit,
I'm just
got
gonna
issues.
go to sleep. Like,
got olive oil coming out.
Stop
You got
it.
problems.
damn,
bro.
I can't even have a salad now. You ain't shit.
You're the worst.
I know,
You
right?
need to stop equating all these foods with like
But
venereal
I do it.
diseases.
I do it because
I mean, stick
you know,
with cauliflower because I don't like cauliflower. So
like
that's the only
I
one
do
you
it
can use.
because people need to understand that
Get a
this
visual?
ain't a game, bro. They need to understand the visuals. They need to imagine what that would look like.
Okay, so
So okay, so
All right.
let's go back to your actual.
Let's go to the story.
please.
But yeah, but
Now
no,
that my
it's
appetite's
actually the
gone.
end of the story. But the surprising twist is that he's planning on kicking out the chick who's squatting, which happens to work at the place of residence 2 days before his girlfriend actually comes.
2 days.
Before,
So he knows when his girlfriend is coming,
yes,
and he has ample time to tell this other woman that she needs to.
we
Pack up her shit.
we as in myself and 2 other gentlemen have told him, look, you have no idea the level
Of crazy.
of crazy women. Now, when I'm not generalizing here, but if she's willing to squat at your place and tell you that you need to get like a list of groceries, like she lives there,
How long has she been staying there?
I want to say 2 months.
Does she have a key and everything?
Yes, she does.
That's not squatting.
That's not squatting.
That's not squatting.
She
She
literally
lives there.
lives there.
Yeah, but she has a place uptown.
She lives there.
Yeah.
She has a second home.
Because she thinks they're dating and they're together and that she's staying at her boyfriend's place.
Yep.
That's what that is. That's not squatting.
But he's
because
trying
squatting
to be,
is she ain't got nowhere else to go.
His worry is that he doesn't want to come off as an asshole. I'm just like, bro.
But he is an asshole already.
This whole story right now, you look like a total asshole. And by the way, I'm just like, this is coming from me. You could fuck up your revenue stream. You just need the right motherfucker to hear about this whole shit, and you fired, bro. You fired.
You need one of these chicks to be angry.
Yes,
and go to HR.
And go to HR. And it's over for you.
And then her lawyer. Like, because she will turn this into whatever she feels like out of pettiness.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick. So,
especially
because when she says that they're fucking, she's going to get fired too.
Yep.
So she's going to sue him. Because that's what I would do, because I'm petty as fuck.
Hell hath no fury like a woman.
So you're just like, we all going down. Let's go.
Well, the thing is that it's multiple women from the same like area of work.
And that's the whole shit.
So
where
they
you
all
eating.
department. They all
no.
But they all know each other, right?
Two of them know each other.
That's too many.
One of them works in a department beside us, and the other two work in different units.
That's 5 chicks.
Yeah.
And one of them is the one that's living with him.
Yes.
It's too many.
Yeah, everybody got quiet in this bitch.
Damn.
Because we've started doing the math and realizing just how bad it is. And if he's Tinder strong, then
it's not only
he's messing with a bunch of other women as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know we said that this episode is supposed to be about the office relationship aspect.
That's what I'm saying. This is like this is the crazy on the end of this is crazy end of the spectrum, right? Yeah. This is not like, the normal, we hooked up, it's just her, blah blah blah. Like shit just got real crazy. But the normal that's not even normal for office drama, but it's not like in the realm of normalcy.
I mean, none of this
is.
Like, even if
none of this is okay.
Even if you took out the Tinder part, like even if he wasn't hooking up with anyone on Tinder, the fact that he's hooking up with all these women at his place of work is insane.
Raw dogging.
And then one of them is pregnant.
One of them was pregnant. She
gave birth,
yes.
Or she okay.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all didn't see the hand motion because that looked like you meant she had an abortion.
No.
You can't just
I know.
Like
that's not how it works.
She gave birth. Okay.
Yes.
So one of them was pregnant.
Yes.
The other one's engaged.
Yes.
What is Livy with him because she thinks that they're a couple?
Yes.
And then there's the mystery woman, Alice.
The 2 other ones. We'll call them the Wicked Witch of the North and the Wicked Witch of the East. I don't know.
Why they gotta be wicked?
I don't. They're not really wicked. I'm just. That's just.
We're gonna call her
North
Alice.
And South Pole.
Okay. How about we call them
Alice and Ariel? Boom.
Yeah, Alice and Ariel. Why not? Yeah,
Disney
Snow White
princesses.
and I don't know, one of the 7 dwarfs. I don't give a fuck.
I would hope that.
Dopey shit, dumbass.
I don't know. One of them. Fuck that.
But so this is the story. And obviously there's many layers that we can get into.
Like Trident. Yeah.
And talk about the fuckery.
We could.
Instead,
I feel like we did just the first half of this.
I know, but I feel like there would be more to get into.
Oh.
There's like so much more. But before we do that, in case, just want to make sure, because the other thing here is like office sex, right? Like this episode is about office sex.
Yeah.
And it's not office relationships, because like I feel like office relationships and office sex are like 2 different things. Like one may lead to the other, but I think with office sex, it has the potential to get really complicated real quick. Like in the case with this dude, I don't know if he started out wanting to hook up with 5 different women where he works.
Usually that's not the intention. It just like for some dudes, I will say in the mid-20s, the urge to, I'm going to say it like outright, the urge to fuck is very strong. Like, you can't control your dick.
Yes, you can.
I know you can. You can. I'm not saying, like, you just can't. Like, I just feel like it's, you got like half a brain. You got the brain up here and you got the brain down there. And sometimes the brain down there just controls everything. And you can't be that way. You got to think logically about how you need to move from one thing to the other. Because I feel like with him, he has no self-control. It's just like, I feel like he's one of those guys that says, like, if he cheats on a girl, like, oh, I don't know what happened. I just was walking one day and just fell in the vagina. Like, okay. I feel like he's one of those guys. No, for real. Because those are the excuses that he gives. Like, it's just like, one of them is just like,
I don't think you can't brush that all under the umbrella of his age.
No, I'm not brushing under his age.
Being
no,
a dude.
Definitely
because
not.
You said, like, because he's in his early 20s or mid 20s.
No, I'm not making excuses for that.
That's not
an excuse.
That's not what his thing is.
No.
Because we've all started working.
Or it could be low confidence.
Some sort of capacity.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of us has been so moved by our hormones that we were fucking anything that moved within our workplace.
100%.
Like,
100%.
So that has nothing to do with age. That's just him having an issue
personal
with
choices.
Impulse control.
But it could be like low confidence. It definitely could be that.
In all honesty, I don't care.
It don't even matter at the end of the day because
like,
you know what? Yeah, like it don't matter at the end of the day because he reckless as fuck. In my eyes, he's very reckless, not only with his own body, but he's reckless as fuck with his own revenue stream. And I feel like, my thing is this, and I don't want anyone here to take this the wrong way. Vagina's not paying for these bills. Vagina's not paying the rent. Vagina's not paying for all these student loan bills I gotta fucking pay. It's not worth it. It just, to me, has no bearing on like, I just couldn't do it. I'm not fucking any of that up.
So
as far as like office sex, you're
as
like,
far as
that
like
is
office
not
stuff. That's just no.
So of course, we got to hit you guys with some stats. And this is something that we found on Business Insider, and it says that more than half of American professionals say that they've participated in office romance.
Bruh.
According to Vault.com's
Bruh.
That's
office
way too many.
romance survey. Of those who have dated a coworker, 42% said they had an ongoing casual relationship. 36% said they had a random office hookup. And 29% had been in a serious long-term relationship. And 16% said that they met their spouse or their partner at work. So
that's very low number.
Office hookups. Yeah, in terms of the ones that are actual, that became serious and led to marriage. But the fact that more than half of Americans have participated in some sort of relationship is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but it makes sense if we consider how much time you spend at work and how much time you spend with these people.
Tells me that happy hours are evil as fuck. That's what that tells me.
I mean, it's just
I don't buy it. I'm not buying it.
So that's why I had to make the distinction between like the hookups and the relationships.
That's 42%, baby.
Because the hookups, think about any hookup that you've had and how on a whim it happens. Like you're just
not really.
Well, in college, maybe in your whole days.
Yeah,
maybe?
I'm just like
back in my whole days.
In your whole days, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because we're just not gonna. Because even in my whole days, it was just like, no, thank you.
I'm thinking about like hookups that I've had and how some of them have been very on the whim. It's like, oh, cool, like I met you, I like you, let's have sex. And
yeah, I've never had that.
Okay.
So
maybe I need to relabel my whole day. My whole day sound whack.
I was like, on your whole days, maybe? And you're like, no,
my whole
bitch.
days were still pretty tame. Like, we've been talking for 3 months and now. But then I dropped them. That was the thing. That's what made it. It was just like, I had a rotation. So it's just like 3 months with you. I started with you at the 2-month part with him. And then I dropped him at the 5-month mark
go.
while we were at the 3-month mark.
Had a whole taste.
But I was open and honest, which is a big difference from your homeboy over there. Where it's just like, you're not the only person I'm talking to.
Right. Well, you were like, just to tell you, just so that we're on the same page. But anyway, I wanted to distinguish those because the fact that like hookups when it's not a relationship. So with yours,
42%.
And that 42% people, like even in your example, you're like, well, I was talking to them for a while.
Yeah. You talking
before
about that one
stuff
night.
happened. I'm talking about like, at the office party where you got a little bit too happy drunky.
Nah, that don't.
And you're like, oh, let's like get out of this place.
Never.
Like that's where.
Nope.
But see, that's what I'm saying. It's like an office hookup can happen just like that.
Yeah.
And so a relationship is different because you spend some time, talking. Maybe you're going to lunch and stuff. And I think there's even like an added complexity that when you're in an office relationship, like you're doing your best to keep your stuff under wraps. Because I have like, unless like you guys are actually like dating or maybe you moved apartments, because there's always the perception that like, oh, if people know that we're in a relationship, it might change office dynamic.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in the same team.
Basically.
Absolutely.
So I have seen that it's a common thing that people that are in a real relationship want to keep it on the down low as long as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like with these office hookups, you don't have a relationship. So like the risk that people are going to find out is so much greater.
Yeah, man.
And then when you're expanding that circle of how many people you hooked up with, it just becomes like a disaster. And so with office hookups in general, like not those leading to a relationship. So let's ignore the relationship people because I feel like the dynamics in those interactions is very different.
Yeah.
It's intentional. Like you both care about each other. So you care about that person's career just as much as
revenue.
you care
Yeah.
about your own career. Whereas like with these hookups, like this, you got somebody squatting up in somebody's place, knowing full well that he has a girlfriend coming. Or does she not know that he has a girlfriend?
Shit, I don't know. I don't
Who knows? But I feel like
fuck anymore.
I mean, if somebody came up and squatted up in this apartment where
I'd have been kicked
like
them niggas out.
Lena D
Sorry.
also has her shit, like wouldn't a girl like see that?
But you
there's
said
like
she's at school, so maybe she doesn't have her shit there.
No, I don't think she has the stuff there.
so they have never like
officially
cohabitated.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so then maybe that's why he's so comfortable with waiting 2 days until she gets back to kick her out.
Yeah, but hell has no fury like a woman scorn. Like
Because she
me,
could easily say,
like
no,
me,
I'm not going.
like player status, Wesley would have been like, if I'm doing this messy shit, like if I'm gonna do this messy shit, I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. I've been like, Lee, look, you gotta go right now, so that way she gets acclimated to the fact that she's already been left, and she's not hitting me up talking about, oh, I live here, blah blah blah, or busting in like saying like, oh, I live here, blah blah blah. We've been together for XYZ amount of like months or whatever. Like I'm not trying to do that, but that's just like even then, like I don't think I would even put myself. Not even I don't think I know I wouldn't put myself in a situation like that.
No. And when we think about just like office hookups, again, the hookups, that 42%, not the 16%, not the ones that are actually like in long-term relationships or anything. I just feel like if you're not a temp who's going to be leaving soon, or you're not quitting and moving away or starting a career in a whole different industry, just don't risk it. Like, it just doesn't, it can't be worth it. There's no way that potential dick is that good that I would be willing to risk my career. And especially thinking as a person of color and as a woman, it's like, it's a small world. In certain industries, especially, it's a very small world. So it's just like, even if I leave the company and I go to another one, I'm going to meet someone who somehow knows that this person that I hooked up with before, and then shit is going around and my business is on Front Street and it's going to affect my career and my growth.
Basically.
Especially as a woman, because it's just going to be like, oh, she a hoe. She slept with
exactly
Tremonte and Tyrone and this and that and the third. And it's just like, okay, but they all slept with me. So
why does
what's
it
good? but it's gonna be like, oh, that's how she like worked her way up. Like, oh, because she was doing this and this. Like, it has a negative connotation. And again, being in such a small world, like, you just don't want to do it. Like, my integrity is not something that I'm willing to sacrifice. Fuck
For
the
real.
revenue.
Yeah.
My name is not something I ever want somebody to be able to drag
Definitely
through the
not.
mud.
And
It's
see,
not worth it.
Yeah, and like I feel like there's so many layers in everything that you've said that pulls in examples from like our previous episodes. So for example, the patriarchy that we talked about.
Mhm.
So one of the things that I'm always cognizant of is like, I'm a woman and people are going to attack like my name and talk shit about me if they found out that I'm going around like hooking up with this person or went on a date with this person or this or that or whatever. Like when people start getting into your business. But then the second thing is, it's like men are always going to be celebrated for any sexcapades that they have.
Son.
Always going to be celebrated. It doesn't matter if it's like a coworker
I'd rather not
or
be celebrated
whatever.
for some shit like that. Trust me.
No, but men always are just like, especially if they find out, like, oh, I heard that you like hooked up with such and such from such and such department. Oh, she a baddie. Oh, she hot.
Yeah.
Oh, like, oh, she got a big
Oh, you
ass.
talking about
Like,
Sandra with the fat ass? Like,
Yeah, like-
it's some shit like that.
whereas, like, if it's the woman, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you slept with such and such. Like,
And that's where it ends. Like, I can't believe you did that. Oh.
Damn. Okay.
Like,
Oh, all right.
they don't say the hoe part, but
they're
everybody's
like,
thinking it.
so that for I always think it's a bad idea. Like, I agree, like the integrity, the reputation, just even how you're going to be perceived. It's like if you work so hard for people to value what you do, and then that you're going to just throw it away by hooking up with someone because people will not see you the same way.
Yeah.
And I think even Wesley said, oh, one of them, like, I've lost all respect for.
Exactly.
I lost all respect for everybody. This whole story, like even him,
Exactly.
I'm
And
just
it's
like
the value
I'm good.
of their work
like
and the quality of their work doesn't matter anymore.
You ain't shit, and you getting tested. You irresponsible to me. Not only are you irresponsible with your personal life, you're irresponsible professionally. That tells me that you're just a messy person overall, and I don't really want to have I really don't want to talk to you all that much.
And that's where, like, in those instances where you should be able to rely on the people that you work with
Most definitely.
in those group settings. Like, I work with you, so I need to know that, for instance, if we're going to a client meeting, I need to be able to trust that you're going to be prepared.
Right.
But now if I have these thoughts about you based on your personal life, I don't trust you to do nothing, like anything at all. Period. Because if you can't get tested, how the hell am I supposed to trust that you're going to have the reports ready for
Or
a
that they're
meeting?
going to be correct.
Word. Like, nah.
It's just so messy. I think the other thing too is like, and it's funny that you said, oh, like such and such is a hoe, or like Maddie
Sandra.
became hoe because she slept with all these dudes.
Oh
Sandra.
wait, I didn't call any of these ladies hoes. I just
Sir, I
just-
did. She said I said it.
Oh, okay.
In my
No, but
example.
that's what happened.
Oh, okay, the
That's-
example. Okay.
but, like,
My example.
but
I
I-
called
oh my
Sandra.
God. I was like, wait.
You didn't even name them. I named her Sandra.
Yeah, I was like, oh my
and
Jesus.
we just said Sandra's a hoe.
Woo-wee.
But
Oh my,
so
don't do
then,
that. Don't
but
do
then
that.
there's like the perception of like, oh yeah, she gets around, which
Even if she just fucked this one dude. Yeah.
No, I don't.
But then what I would say is like there's a double standard that the dudes will sit there, or even the women will sit there and say she gets around.
Yep.
But that a man will then find out and come back and be like, oh yeah, well I heard you got around, so let me try and get my shot in too.
Word.
Nah, I'm good.
So
I'm perfect.
So there's that piece. But then even thinking about, so if we think about that same concept with a man, it's like, well, if a man is willing to just like sleep around with you as a woman that's in the office, like you can't be guaranteed that he's not doing that with other women in the office. So it's basically like he's community dick. He's an office
Oh
penis.
my gosh, that's what we used to say in college. Be like certain members of the athletic department. That was community chest dick.
Wow.
But it was because we knew, just don't expect him to commit. Like, he fucking everybody. But they had big dicks.
Wesley's over here like, I can't.
Back in my
Yo,
hoe days.
I'm just like, Oh my Lord.
No, and I guess we're not trying to be prudes and say,
nah, definitely
you
not.
Can't have interest in anyone.
I'm just saying, be less messy. Like if nothing else,
that's really all it comes down to. It's just like, yourself, like how you operate. If I know that if I have 2 whiskey sours, everybody could get it. I'm not gonna have 2 whiskey sours at the
have one
happy hour. Exactly.
Everybody could get it.
I'm just saying.
I don't even know what to say about that either.
But I'm just saying, like, yourself, your boundaries, or the person that you've been flirting with, and it's just like, oh, I'm gonna get drunk and let's see what happens, because you're just opening this Pandora's box that has no business being opened.
Not at all. It's just like the trade-offs are not worth it.
At all.
It's
unless you're trying to commit or be more serious. But like,
and then
as a
that's
hookup,
where it's different, right? It's like,
yeah.
But even if you are trying to commit, you're not going to be reckless about your business like this person has been. Like, literally, I don't know how many people know his business.
Because you said you weren't even supposed to know initially. So you found out. So that means other people know that probably
I found out the people, like who the characters are, through somebody else. But he did initially tell me it's been other people. I found out the specifics through somebody else in our group or whatever. But in terms of like how many people, he told me. I was just like,
so he gave you the number, but somebody else gave you more details,
basically,
and that person has probably given those details to somebody else or they got it from.
We tried to
else.
We have a rule in our group to try to keep things like in house, but I'm just like, with stuff like this, it's bound to get out, because I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm not even trying to be like a jerk when I say this, because we have like male counterparts too. Like admins talk a lot.
Exactly.
Yo. So all you need
out
is
there. We appreciate
y'all, but I know y'all, yo.
And they be knowing everything though.
Some of the stuff, yo, that I be hearing from some of these admins, I be like, man, I just need to I wish I had a Kermit the Frog mask on right now, because I just need to drink some fucking tea. For some of the shit y'all telling me.
I love it because I'm never involved.
Yeah, that too. Like, it's just like, so damn.
Like, tell me more.
He
did what?
This motherfucker. He was messy. I'm like, he messy. Golly.
But that's what I'm
juicy.
saying. But like, so that's exactly my point. I can't stop
listening to it.
That's exactly my point. So like, his work circle now all knows. But then the other 5 people he's been with, like, they also have their work circles that know.
And they've told at least one
person. Yeah, because
person.
2 of them work together. So I have a theory about that one, but I'm not going to share it on this podcast. I'm going to share it with y'all, like, outside of this.
This is the insider.
One of them fucked him and was just like, girl, he got a big old dick. And she's like, word? Like, let me find out. She was like, he let me find out.
I can neither confirm nor deny what you're saying right now.
I mean, come on, son.
It's pretty like common sense.
Pretty obvious. Like,
yeah. Like
you act like this is some great mystery.
I can neither confirm nor deny any of what you're saying right now. That's all I'm going to say.
But it's crazy. I just don't advocate for it. Especially like us. We're supposed to be like, the black and brown voices. Just don't do it.
Man, this is Yakubian.
I feel like actually that's what I was thinking about. I feel like there is some sort of white privilege attached to
this is a
hooking up
man.
In the office, and like that you don't have to worry about repercussions from it.
True. But again, with us, it's such a smaller circle. So we move different.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to that corporate life. Because, if there's anyone that you connect with the most in your office, it's probably the other person of color.
Yeah, basically.
No matter what color they are.
Yeah.
My closest friend, Indian. What up? Like, because there's no other black person. So it's just like, this is all I got. We right here. But when you have that strength in numbers. Yeah. So they're also least likely to go to HR until somebody gets mad.
Yeah.
somebody gets like crossed, they're like,
Pretty much.
I'm not going to stand for this. You going to learn today.
Wow.
So we have
That's
more
how it
of
happens,
a
though.
umbrella of solidarity is what
Yeah.
I'm going to call it, where it's just like, I know you doing some fuckery. I'm going to keep it right here until it starts affecting me.
Mm-hmm.
But with them, it's just like, there's enough of them. So it's just like, oh, it's just Josh, just fucking everybody and everything that moves. This happens all the time.
I don't know
That's
about that.
terrible.
Until
That's
freaking
terrible.
Cindy is just like, Josh gave me the clap. So I'm going to HR.
That's terrible, but don't do it. I just feel like it messes too much with like the smaller
Horrible
circles, like people. What people will remember about you is that office gossip,
Yep.
not like what you contributed as a person anymore.
Look, man, this is Wesley's wise words. Don't do that shit. Don't fuck up your money. For all the dudes out there, please, if y'all listening to me right now, especially dudes of color, don't fuck up your revenue stream. It ain't worth it. The vagina ain't worth it. It ain't that tight enough. It doesn't do magic tricks. I'm sorry. It's not happening.
Whatever, mine does magic trick.
Yo.
I mean, they
Anyway, we ain't talking about. No.
Mine is
are created
phenomenal.
equally. Just saying.
Look, it doesn't do magic tricks, okay? If that bitch can pop out money, that's the greatest magic trick of all time.
That's called a stripper.
That is a stripper or prostitution.
Pop out money, not take in money.
If it's the same thing.
No, it's not. It's not the same thing.
Yes, it
Anyway,
is.
You know good and well you can go on Google right now and find a video of somebody popping out some $10 bills from her cooch. So
don't do it. It's not worth
There's
it.
no like, and this one
rare where it's a unanimous decision from the panel, but the panel has decided this is the worst possible idea. Do not hook
And
up
we
with
don't
somebody
agree on a
with
lot
your
of things. This ain't worth it, bro. It's
Like-
not worth it.
so many reasons why it's a bad idea.
Yo, number one reason, Sally Mae is going to want her money whether you fucking or not.
Yup.
So stop playing games.
There is such a thing as interest capitalization, just so you know. If you put your loans in forbearance, that
We're
shit
not
just
about to go
capitalized.
into freaking...
I know we ain't about that, like, but I'm
I
just
can't
saying,
even,
like,
like,
when
can't
interest
even-
bills on interest, you still gotta pay them ninjas their money, okay? Sally Mae ain't no game. Or,
And Sally Mae is not going to be understanding when you say, hey, I got fired.
Yeah,
because I was
basically.
fucking
They're gonna be
fired."
like,
Like, well,
what?
the payment is due.
Excuse me?
She's going to be like, that's cool.
Oh, that's
you should have
cool.
wrapped it up. But we need that payment on the 23rd.
Oh, we can't even say
Thanks.
it's not Sally Mae anymore. It's Navient. I don't know what the fuck they call themselves. They
She's
just-
still a hoe.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
All
So, moral of the story: bad idea. Find your penis and vagina elsewhere,
Man, the
not at
moral-
the office.
The moral of the
Just
story
like
is take a
with
cold
Tinder.
shower, man. Shit.
Or if you're going to do it, at the very least, we beg you, wrap it up. Please. Just wrap it up.
And
Yeah.
get tested.
Get tested.
Regularly.
If you got sweet and sour sauce, it's over, bro.
Don't be the outbreak monkey.
She got that from me.
Oh, shit.
Don't be the outbreak monkey. All right.
It's true.
All right. Peace out, Girl Scouts.